Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be talking about the best and worst eyeshadow palettes. Now for me, eyeshadow palettes are the least favorite of my makeup collection because a lot of the time I find that the palettes that I do purchase seem to only sit in a drawer and not being of any use. So I do have a total of 4 palettes that I absolutely swear by, that I absolutely love. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the first palette, and this one is going to be the Loreal Pro palette. Now this is the original Loreal Pro palette. Now it comes with 16 shades. So at the top you have all of your matte shades, and at the bottom you have all of your satin shimmery kind of shades. Now what I do love about the palette the most is that the array of colors. I love the fact that these eyeshadows are extremely pigmented, and most importantly it does offer transition shades. So you have taupe right here, you have sable, which is like a reddish brown kind of color. You have espresso, which is a great color to deepen up the crease or so, and then you have this matte black that's probably the blackest of black that I've ever seen just within one palette. So overall I think the palette is really universal. I have used this palette in creating smoky eyes, just a neutral look, as well as daytime looks as well. So this is going to be one of those universal multi-purposes eyeshadows that I really do enjoy. Nonetheless, it does come with a mirror, and for the packaging it's ultra slim, so it's definitely going to be user friendly. So if you are traveling and you're just not sure of, you know, what kind of shadows to bring with you, I think that the Loreal Pro is just that palette that you need. So definitely going to be the Loreal Pro. Now the next palette that I have in my collection is one that had replaced the Loreal Pro when it launched, and it is going to be the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I definitely had to get my hands on this palette. Now this palette contains similar shades as the Loreal Pro. A lot of these shades are more on the neutral side, and you do have this pop of color right here, but nonetheless they are more on the shimmery, bronzy kind of side to this palette. Nonetheless, I absolutely love this palette, and it definitely has taken precedence over the Loreal Pro palette. Now the only thing that I would say about this palette would definitely be the packaging. Now when you look at the later releases of the chocolate bar palette, such as the sweet peach palette that I did not even want to be bothered with, I do feel as though the packaging is a little bit on the bulky side, and I think that for the most part, if you are a neutral girl such as myself, I think this palette would definitely do some great justice from just some simple smoky eyes. Another palette that offers transition shades. I'm not sure what happened to the little phlegm, but within this palette it doesn't have any names to it. So it does come with this plastic film that does have the name on them. So it's an all-around great palette. You have this great transitional shade right here, along with this darkened brown shade that you can deepen out the crease and also smoke it out. So the whole palette as a whole is definitely going to be a favorite of mine. Absolutely love this palette, and of course, as everyone says, it does smell like cocoa. The next palette is pretty new to my collection, and it is going to be the Colorpop Press Pigment Shadows, I want to say is the name. I did order me just one of the palette, and the one that I have this one in is in High Maintenance. Now within this particular palette, you get 14 eyeshadows. You get 4 eyeshadows for $18, and originally each eyeshadow prices at $5. So if you were looking at more bang for the buck, I would definitely go ahead and say look at the palette itself. Now there's only 2. There is this one, which is High Maintenance, and you also have Low Key as well. Now I think for the most part, Colorpop is going to release some more palettes. It would rightfully be so, because the pigmentation of these eyeshadows are absolutely phenomenal. Now you do have a little bit of fallout. So if you are one that is experiencing some kind of fallout, I would definitely say you will want to do your eye makeup first and then apply the rest of your foundation. But I did swatch all 4 shades into the collection, and you can see that they are extremely pigmented. They also blend really, really well. I would highly suggest this palette. And then the last palette that I have was released at the drugstore, I think last year, from Milani. I did pick up all three of them, but this particular one is going to be my favorite one, and it is going to be the Milani Everyday Eyes Eyeshadow Collection, and this one is in 02 Necessity. Now this palette is nothing but shimmers. So me personally, I do love shimmery eyeshadows. I think that they give so much like definition to the eyes. I'm not really into matte eyeshadows just because, you know, it just looks too dry, and then sometimes it doesn't blend out the way that I want it to be. But with this particular palette, it's nothing but shimmers. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades. And this brown shade right here is going to be a matte brown. Let me go ahead and swatch it. So that is what it swatches like. And let me see. So that is going to be that deep brown. Now the only downside when it comes to this palette is that it doesn't offer any transitional shades, so you are definitely going to have to go into another palette or find maybe some of your Makeup Geek eyeshadows. For me personally, it's going to be my Coastal Scents Hot Pots, and find transitional shades. But overall, as far as the packaging, the pigmentation, and the color selection in this particular palette would definitely be one of the best palette at the drugstore. So I only have 4. Definitely comment down below offering some recommendations of your favorite eyeshadow palettes. And yeah, this was just going to be a quick video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and be sure to click the bell, I do believe, just to ensure that you are notified with every upload that I make. Also follow me on my social media platform that I do plan on getting more involved with. I'm not as active as I want to be, but it's all going to be linked down in the description box below. Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, and they all at I am Coco Brown. And yeah, love, this is going to be it, and into my next video. I will talk to you later. Bye guys.